And again, I have no idea what this form is actually for, but I'm just filling it in. And that's it. And then we can click save. So let's focus our attention now on lists. So a list ultimately, like I said in the earlier video, a list is basically like a database within SharePoint. And so to create a new list item, you'd simply just click on new, and then new item box will come up, and then you just fill it in ops. And again, I have no idea what this form is actually for, but I'm just filling it in. And that's it. And then we can click save. And in a nutshell, that's the fastest way, at least from within SharePoint, to fill in and update a form. Now, because it's a database in a sense, there's a form capability that's inherently built in with respect to lists. So you don't necessarily have that with document libraries though, right? Because it's more you're uploading documents and things like that. It would be weird for you to upload a document, you got to fill out a huge form just to upload the document. So forms and lists are quite connected together. Another way you can create items within your list is, but you'd have to venture out of SharePoint. So if you click on the waffle, again, if you have M365, you can go to lists. And so this is a M365 app. And again, something we'll cover in another lesson. But ultimately, the M365 Microsoft Lists basically is a place where you can a dedicated place where you can fill in lists if you want. A little bit about this is, as you can see here is our current list that we were just working in SharePoint. And how you know is because the name, and then it also shows the site that we're working in. Versus we have another employee onboarding list, but this list is for the list sitting in Kev's cool site. And as you can see, this is Kev's cool site as well. And then this list is sitting in site collection 1 site. And then this list is sitting in cookie site. But just as the same, you can click on this and you can open up the list just as similar to how we did in SharePoint. But as you can see, the UI is a bit different, but the content's exactly the same. And then also, if we want to fill it in, again, click on new. And it's pretty much the same UI, but it's just in a more traditional dialog box. And then as usual, you can just fill it in. And so again, just put in some crap here and then click on save. And so now we have another entry in our list or another entry in the kind of onboarding database here. If we go back to SharePoint now, and now we gotta figure out which one is our site. It's interesting, it should be here. There it is. Just took a little time to show up. So if we go back to our site here, and then if we go to the onboarding checklist, now you'll see the new entry that we had just entered in from list. So those are the two ways to upload but create new items within lists. The final way is we go to forms and if we click on copy link, what this is, it's basically like the list entry input and this input, but this way, if we do it with this is more end user like. Again, you're still filling in the same information, but this is just in a nicer way. It's more geared towards end users and things like that. But in a sense, you can still fill it in executive. And then once again, fill it in just the same. And then click submit. And once again, the data though, it's going right back here. So give it a couple of seconds. And here's our data. So 3 ways to create new items in list libraries. And then if you recall, within document libraries, there's basically 2 ways you can create new and then upload. And so that's in a nutshell how you create items within a list. Thank you.